Let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your bank account and felt confident, not excited about a paycheck that just hit, not relieved that you can pay this month's rent? I mean, genuinely, deeply confident that you're actually building something. For most people, never. And here's the brutal truth. 59% of Americans, that's 3 out of every 5 people you know, couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency expense right now without going into debt. Not wouldn't, couldn't. But here's what gets me. That first $1,000, that changes everything. My name is Nadal, and I spend way too much time thinking about getting richer faster. If you're someone who is struggling to make your first $1,000, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, I'm going to show you exactly why your first $1,000 is the most important money you'll ever save, and why most people never even get there. Here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. Saving your first $1,000 feels impossible because it's harder than saving your next $10,000. And I know that sounds backwards. You're probably thinking, Nital, what are you talking about? $10,000 is literally 10 times harder than $1,000. Wrong. Let me show you the math that nobody explains. According to recent data, the median emergency savings in America is $600. $600. And 21% of Americans have literally nothing saved. Zero. Now, you might be thinking, well, people just don't make enough money. And look, I get it, that's part of it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Nearly 35% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, but Americans, on average, save nearly $1,000 per month. Wait, what? How does that make sense? This is what most people don't realize. The problem isn't just income, it's psychology, it's habits. It's the fact that when you have no money saved, every single dollar feels like it's fighting you. Your car breaks down, $400. Your phone dies, $300. Your dog gets sick, $600. Every single time. You're not building wealth, you're playing financial whack-a-mole. And this is exactly why that first $1,000 changes everything. Because it's not just about the money, it's about breaking the cycle. Let me explain something about how your brain works with money. There's this concept in behavioral economics called mental accounting, and it's the reason why people treat money differently depending on where it comes from or what it's for. When you have $0 saved, your brain is in constant survival mode. Every purchase feels like a potential threat. Every unexpected expense feels like a catastrophe. You're making decisions from a place of scarcity, not strategy. But here's what happens when you hit that first $1,000. Your brain flips a switch. Suddenly, you have what psychologists call a buffer. And this buffer doesn't just protect you financially, it changes how you think about money. You stop making decisions out of fear. You stop feeling like you're one emergency away from complete disaster. Let me give you a real example. Imagine your car needs a $400 repair. Scenario A, you have $0 saved. You panic, you put it on a credit card at 24% APR. Now you're paying $400 plus interest, and you're even further behind. Scenario B, you have $1,000. You pay the $400. Yeah, it sucks, but you still have $600 left. You're not drowning, you're not spiraling, you're fine. And next month, you can build that $400 back up. That's the difference. It's not just about the money, it's about the mental space that money gives you to make better decisions. Now, here's where this gets absolutely wild. And this is the part that actually makes me frustrated when I think about how many people don't understand this. Once you hit that first $1,000, everything accelerates. Let me show you the math. Let's say you're trying to save $100 a month, which, by the way, is totally doable for most people if you're intentional about it. Getting to your first $1,000, it takes you 10 months of disciplined saving, 10 months of saying no to stuff you want, 10 months of feeling like you're depriving yourself. It's slow, it's frustrating, it's boring. But here's what happens next. Once you have that $1,000, you're not starting from zero anymore. You have momentum. You've proven to yourself that you can do it. And psychologically, this is huge. Studies on habit formation show that the hardest part of building any habit is the initial phase, because you haven't seen results yet. But now you've seen results. You have proof. And that $1,000 becomes your foundation. Now let's talk compound interest. And yeah, I know, compound interest sounds boring, but stay with me, because this is where the magic happens. If you take that $1,000 and invest it in something that gives you an average 8% annual return, which is pretty standard for an index fund over time, you know what happens? In 10 years, that $1,000 becomes $2,159. You more than doubled your money without doing anything. In 20 years, $4,661. In 30 years, $10,063. From $1,000. But here's the real kicker. Most people who hit that first $1,000 don't stop there, because now they understand the game. They've built the habit, they felt the momentum, and they keep going. So now you're not just saving that first $1,000, you're saving $100 a month on top of it. And every single month, compound interest is working on all of it. That's when wealth actually starts to build. But let me tell you what I think is the most important part of hitting that first $1,000. And it's something that nobody talks about. It changes your identity. Here's what I mean. When you have no money saved, you see yourself as someone who's broke, someone who's bad with money, someone who can't get ahead. And that identity, it reinforces itself. Because if you believe you're bad with money, you're going to make decisions that confirm that belief. But the moment you hit $1,000 in savings, you're not that person anymore. You're someone who saves. You're someone who has their financial life together, at least a little bit. You're someone who can handle emergencies. And this identity shift is powerful, because now when you're faced with a spending decision, you're not just thinking, can I afford this? You're thinking, is this who I am? Someone who's built $1,000 in savings doesn't blow it on stupid stuff. Why? Because they've worked too hard to get there. They've proven to themselves that they're capable of discipline, and they don't want to break that streak. This is why the first $1,000 is exponentially harder than the next $10,000, because you're not just building money, you're building a new version of yourself. All right, so how do you actually do this? How do you get to that first $1,000 when it feels impossible? Here's my framework, and I want you to actually implement this. Step 1, make it automatic. Open a separate savings account, one that's not connected to your checking account. Name it emergency fund or $1,000 challenge, something that reminds you of the goal. Then set up an automatic transfer, even if it's just $25 a week. Automation removes willpower from the equation. Step 2, find $100 to cut. Look, I'm not going to tell you to stop buying coffee, but I am going to tell you to look at your subscriptions, your impulse purchases, your eating out habits, and find $100 a month that you're wasting. It's there, I promise you. Step 3, boost your income temporarily. Sell stuff you don't need. Pick up a side gig for 2 months. Do freelance work. This isn't forever. It's just to accelerate that first $1,000. Once you hit it, you can ease up. Step 4, treat it like a bill. You wouldn't skip your rent payment, right? Treat your savings the same way. It's non-negotiable. $1,000 divided by 10 months is $100 a month. You can do this. Here's the bottom line. Your first $1,000 isn't just a financial milestone. It's proof that you can change. It's proof that you're not stuck. It's the foundation that everything else is built on. And yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take time. But here's what I know. If you can save your first $1,000, you can save your next $10,000. And if you can save $10,000, you can build real wealth. Everything changes after your first $1,000. The question is, are you going to do it? If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know in the comments. How much do you have saved right now? Let's keep each other accountable. I'll see you in the next one.